All right, so you're an aesthetic professional, and I bet you're always on the lookout for that one device that can kind of, really shake things up in your practice. Something that can, like, boost your service menu and, of course, your profits, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, let's dive into something that might just be the answer you've been searching for, the Plaxel Luxe Edition.
Okay, so we've been spending a lot of time with this technology, and what we see right away is just how much it offers all in one unit. It's like the ultimate multi-tool. It's a 6-in-1 true plasma powerhouse.
6 modalities, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's break those down so everyone can really grasp the scope of what we're talking about here. We've got true plasma, and that includes what's often called fibroblast or dot plasma.
All right.
Then there's cold plasma, a wrinkle eraser that has a special ball tip, a skin imperfection correction tip that's curved, then plasma channeling,
All right.
and even a whole modality for hair restoration. That's a pretty impressive lineup.
It really is. And it's
Wow.
not just about having a bunch of features just for the sake of it. The real beauty of this, when we think about how it fits into your actual practice, is the versatility. I mean, we're talking about the ability to offer over 20 different treatments with just this one device.
Wow.
So you can imagine how many different client needs you can address without needing a whole bunch of separate machines.
Right, so like a one-stop shop.
Exactly.
All right, let's get down to the nitty-gritty here. The name itself, true plasma. What exactly makes the Plaxel Luxe Edition a true plasma device? And more importantly, why should that matter to an aesthetic professional like yourself?
So the key here is understanding the difference between true plasma and, well, some other devices out there, especially those electric pens you might have seen. There are a few telltale signs you can look for. With true plasma, the spark you'll see is violet. And when you do a dot plasma treatment, it'll leave these tiny white dots on the skin, not a burn mark. You might even notice this like faint smell of ozone, which is different from just like the smell of burned tissue.
So it's not just a marketing gimmick. It's actual science behind calling it true plasma.
Oh, absolutely. There's real science backing this up. If we get into the technical side, true plasma is actually an ionized gas, not just an electric arc. It's actually combining like gentle heat with non-thermal effects, which is pretty unique.
Oh, interesting.
And this means it can target the very top layer of the skin, the epidermis, directly, but it also has an effect deeper down in the dermis indirectly.
Okay.
So it's not just working superficially.
It's working on different levels.
Yeah, it's working on like the energy within the skin cells through, it's a process called sublimation and energy transfer.
Mhm.
And this is different from just burning the skin. And that's a big reason why true plasma generally has a much lower risk of scarring.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah.
Lower risk of scarring. I mean, that's a big win for client satisfaction and, of course, for your confidence as a practitioner.
For sure. And if we think about how this affects like what you can offer in your practice, true plasma isn't just for rejuvenation. It has this broader scope. It can support the skin's own healing process and even has some sterilizing effects on the surface.
Oh.
So compared to those electric pens, you're getting better precision, definitely a better safety profile, potentially even better results for your clients, and like we've been talking about, that wider range of treatment options.
Absolutely. Now, regulations are always a hot topic in our industry. Where does a true plasma device, like the Plaxel Luxe Edition, fit into all of that?
That's a great question. So when true plasma is used for, cosmetic treatments like skin tightening or wrinkles, it's generally not considered a medical device. Medical device regulations are usually for things meant to diagnose or treat a medical condition, things like that. You might see some devices out there being marketed as FDA-approved plasma pens, but those approvals a lot of times are specifically for things like cutting or coagulation, which is a totally different use of plasma than what we're talking about with the Plaxel Luxe. In fact, some of those devices might even be registered for like surgery, but are being used off-label for cosmetic stuff, which is a little misleading.
Right.
The Plaxel Luxe Edition is really designed for those cosmetic enhancements, and because of that, it doesn't require FDA approval for those uses.
Okay, that's helpful to know. So let's get into the heart of the device, the 6 modalities. Each one sounds like it addresses a different need. Let's start with true plasma itself, which is dot plasma, or what many people call fibroblast. What is it about this modality that makes it so popular?
Well, what's really exciting about true plasma for anti-aging is that it's very effective and can give really long-lasting results. When you do a dot plasma treatment, you're creating these controlled, very tiny micro-injuries, like right on the surface of the skin. Those are the little white dots we talked about earlier.
Okay.
And this basically kickstarts the body's own repair process, which leads to a big boost in collagen and elastin production. It's like a controlled way to get the skin to renew and tighten itself from the inside out. And because it's true plasma, it's usually seen as a safer, more comfortable, and more precise way to deal with wrinkles and, loose skin compared to some older technologies.
Right.
It's like it's gently removing that top layer of dead skin cells, almost like a really advanced form of exfoliation that also tightens at the same time.
Collagen stimulation, that's what everyone's after. So now plasma channeling, this one sounds really interesting. It's described as a needle-free alternative. How does that actually work?
Okay, so plasma channeling, it's kind of a game changer when it comes to getting those serums to penetrate deeper. This special tip creates these microchannels, super tiny, and they're temporary, about 0.25 millimeters deep.
Okay.
This allows those serums and active ingredients to really get absorbed. But what's really unique about it is that the plasma energy also seems to have an effect on the muscles underneath the skin. A lot of practitioners are seeing this immediate lifting effect in their clients after the treatment.
Wow. Instant lifting without needles. I mean, talk about a selling point for your clients.
Right. It's amazing. The technique itself involves applying the plasma in a specific way, both directly on the skin and then kind of like dusting it over the surface. When you combine this with those specialized Korean serums, which are designed to work really well with plasma, the results are pretty incredible.
Yeah.
And importantly, the exact technique, step by step, is covered in the online training you get with the device, so you can feel confident that you're doing it right and getting those consistent wow results that keep your clients coming back.
Korean serums, specific techniques. It sounds like a real system designed for success. Okay, let's talk about cold plasma. It's a buzzword these days.
Yeah.
What's the Plaxel Luxe edition bringing to the table with this modality?
Okay, so with cold plasma, it's important to be clear about what it's best for.
Okay.
It really excels at its antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, and skin healing properties.
Okay.
So it's amazing for soothing skin, reducing redness, helping to manage breakouts, and it really improves the skin's ability to absorb any products you put on after. It's a great tool for overall skin health and for prepping or calming the skin before or after those more intense treatments. But there's a bit of a misconception out there. Cold plasma is great, but it's not really meant to be the main treatment for, major lifting or tightening. For those really dramatic results, you'll want to use the true plasma and plasma channeling modalities on the Plaxel Luxe. Those are your go-tos. Think of cold plasma more as a supporting player, calming and healing.
So it's more about complementing other treatments, not being the main event for lifting.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, so moving on, let's talk about the wrinkle eraser. That's the one with the ball tip.
Right. So the ball tip, some people call the wrinkle eraser. It's designed to smooth out those fine lines and wrinkles.
Right.
And it's great for those delicate areas, like around the eyes and lips. Plus the gentle heat helps with product absorption. Some people even think of it as like a Botox alternative for those really superficial lines.
Right, exactly. And then we have the skin imperfection correction tip, which is the curved one. What types of things can you target with that?
So the curved tip is all about precision. You can use what are called spray or shower technique. This lets you really zero in on and treat things like milia, small moles, cherry angiomas, DPN, spider veins, even sebaceous hyperplasia.
Oh, wow.
It's a very targeted way to address those individual concerns that your clients might have.
And lastly, a treatment that's getting more and more popular, hair restoration. How does the Plaxel Luxe help estheticians tap into that market?
Well, the hair restoration modality is really clever. It combines the plasma channeling technique, where you create those microchannels on the scalp, with these Korean serums that are specifically designed to stimulate hair growth and reverse hair loss.
Oh, that's interesting.
What's really cool is that there's this new imaging technology that lets you take these super detailed before and after pictures of the scalp. So your clients can actually see the improvement, which is huge for building trust and, encouraging them to go for treatment packages.
That makes a lot of sense. So you really are getting a complete set of treatment options all in one device. Now, let's talk about something that's super important for any business owner, profitability. How does the Plaxel Luxe Edition stack up when it comes to affordability and making money?
Well, this is where it gets really exciting. The Plaxel Luxe is positioned as a very accessible investment, but what really makes it stand out is the cost of the supplies you need. The needle tips for the true plasma treatments are literally pennies per treatment. And the other kits are made to last. They can often last for 20 or 30 or even more treatments, depending on how you use them and how you take care of them.
That's great. And what about the Korean serums? Those are a big part of the plasma channeling and hair restoration treatments, right?
Yeah, and those are also super cost effective. You're looking at around $7.50 per vial max, and a lot of times you can even get multiple treatments out of one vial, which brings your cost down even more. Plus, when you're a certified Plaxel provider, you get extra discounts on all these supplies.
Nice.
Let's talk numbers, so you can see the earning potential here. A good minimum price for a dot plasma eye treatment is about $300. Now, if you see just 3 clients a week for that, that's $900 right there.
Yeah.
Imagine if some of those clients also want a full neck or décolleté treatment, which can go for around $1,500 each. You could potentially make back your investment in the device in a week.
Wow. That's amazing. And what about the plasma channeling?
Yeah, so with plasma channeling, think about offering treatment packages like buy 5, get 1 free. If you sell just 4 of those packages, you could potentially pay off the whole device in a week or 2. Even if you just stick to the basic prices, $300 for dot plasma, $275 for plasma channeling. If you see just 3 clients a week, you could be making over $46,800 a year.
That's a good chunk of change.
It really shows how adding these advanced treatments with their low running costs can make a big difference to your bottom line.
Definitely.
And the pricing is pretty straightforward. $300 is a good starting point for dot plasma for an area about the size of a credit card, and you adjust from there for bigger areas. For those skin imperfections you treat with a curved tip, you can charge around $100 for every 30 minutes of treatment. And for plasma channeling, about $275 per session, or those package deals, are pretty standard.
So it's not just about getting the device, it's about having a clear and easy way to see a return on your investment. Now, what about support and training? What does Plaxel offer to make sure estheticians feel confident and successful using this thing?
Yeah, training and support, that's key, right?
Absolutely.
When you get the Plaxel Luxe Edition, you get free, in-depth online training as part of the package. And this isn't just a couple of videos, this is lifetime access to a whole program. You get a training manual, all future updates to the training materials, and unlimited support. You also get marketing materials, client forms, all set up and ready to go. You get access to this private online community where you can connect with other Plaxel pros, and you can even get wholesale pricing on supplies.
Oh, wow.
And you get listed in the Plaxel provider directory, which means new clients can find you easily.
That's a lot of perks.
Yeah, and for those who prefer more hands-on learning, you can even arrange for in-person training. So it's about catering to different learning styles and making sure everyone feels supported.
It sounds like they've thought of everything.
They really have. And the support you get isn't just through like a general customer service line. You can actually reach out directly to the founders. And there's a really active online community where you can ask specific questions. You can even send direct messages for help. It's very collaborative.
That's great. So looking at all of this, the technology, the range of treatments, the profitability, and the support, why should someone choose the Plaxel Luxe Edition if they're looking for that one device that can really do it all? What makes this stand out?
Well, first off, it's the latest and greatest version of the Plaxel Plus, which was already a successful device. They've really upgraded the inside for better reliability. They gave it a sleek, professional look. And most importantly, they've included the plasma channeling and hair restoration tips as standard.
Nice.
And going back to that initial idea that one device that can handle everything the Plaxel Luxe really does deliver on that, it means you don't have to specialize in just one area or buy a bunch of different machines when you're just starting out, or if you want to expand your services.
Right.
The potential for a fast return on investment is huge, thanks to all the profitable treatments you can offer and those super affordable supplies. Plus, the training and support are designed to help both newbies and experienced professionals who want to offer more services. And don't forget, it comes with a 1-year warranty from the manufacturer, and there are affordable repair options if you need them after that.
It sounds like they've really put together a complete package designed with the aesthetic professional in mind.
They really have. So for any estheticians out there who are looking to take their practice to the next level in 2025, and you want one versatile, profitable device that delivers results, the Plaxel Luxe Edition is something you should definitely check out. We really encourage you to dive into those online training materials and take advantage of all the support they offer so you can really understand how powerful this technology is.
This brings us to our final thought for everyone. With the ability to offer over 20 different treatments that are in high demand, all from one device, how will the Plaxel Luxe Edition change the way you offer services? How will it help you attract more clients? And how will it help you reach a new level of success in your business?
Great questions to ponder. You can find links to mini courses and more detailed product information in the description below. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.